Hey, what's up, Eve?
Hey, Afo, good morning.
Good morning. Let me fix my mic. Okay. Yeah, I'm operating on an hour of sleep,
Oh my goodness.
but I feel good. I'll crash after this.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Sometimes that happens like that.
Yeah. All right, let me get some links ready. Okay, I'll do that. Let more people shuffle in. Hey, what's up, Kate?
Hey, everybody.
Oh, what up, Maddie? How you doing? Is that Trisha? Is that Trisha? Is that-
Hey, good to be
Okay,
here.
hey. I was like, so cool. Yeah, we'll let people shuffle in, give it a couple more minutes, and then we have Eve to do a meditation session, so it's gonna be nice. So we, anyone wants to see the agenda for the call, just short and sweet with some fun stuff with the mapping activity. So yeah, we'll do some meditation, then share some network updates, then the live mapping, and then basically open discussion and chapter updates. So should be a lot of space for people to share, learn, and ask any questions. Oh, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Swift. Yeah, I just presented, and I was so yeah. We only had 5 minutes, and yeah, it was going. Yeah, I was building momentum, and yeah, then, but yeah, I think overall it went pretty decent. So maybe I could even do the presentation here with everybody, so you guys could see. Okay, we'll give it a couple more minutes because I think it's nice. Most people are in before we get into meditation. I know, like, I've joined at times when it's already kicked off and can feel a little awkward, so we'll give a little more time. But 12 people, let's see. Okay, I think, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. People will be able to see the slides, so they'll know that we're in a session. But yeah, we'd love to pass it to Eve. Great to have you back to do a meditation. I think it always helps us to have a great call, so yeah, looking forward to it.
Thanks, Afo. Thanks for the invitation. It's great to be here as always. And I'm back home in New York right now after spending some months out on the west coast of Canada on Vancouver Island. and feeling really inspired by teamwork right now. We just had the Knicks win the NBA championship, so that was super exciting. Yeah, Matt is a New Yorker here, so super exciting times. And then we also have the World Cup happening, which is there's just a lot of energy, and it's really cool to see around the city people walking around with their teams, their country's jerseys. And since we have such a global collective here, just inspired by teamwork, and also that I've had the opportunity to work with AFO and Regen Commons Stewards Council, which has been incredible. AFO really pulled through for us towards the end of our final sprint. So yeah, just super grateful for you, AFO, and what you bring as a community builder and leader. So with that, if you are able, I invite you to take a moment to drop into meditation. So you can get yourself comfortable, find a comfortable seat, or you can lay down if you prefer, and close your eyes, or you can keep a soft, gentle gaze. And begin to connect with your breath. Feeling the sensation of breath moving in and out of your body. With each inhale, bringing yourself to presence. And with each exhale, bringing yourself to presence. Our breath is the connection between our mind and our body. And it's the bridge to presence. We always have access to the breath. And allowing your breath to flow smoothly, tapping into your body. Feeling your physical body, your body that's present in this moment. And as you breathe, as you feel your body, inviting yourself to let go of whatever you're holding on to that you no longer need. And inviting a moment of gentle reflection on what you're building. What you're creating and what you're putting your energy and intention toward every day. And then taking a moment to reflect on your team. The people around you who are supporting you, who are working with you, whether that's on your professional endeavors or your personal life. Those people and those beings, those entities that can be beyond the human world, that are part of your team, that are with you day in and day out. And feeling that gratitude for that network of connections, your support system. And seeing if you can keep that gratitude with you as we move into the rest of this session of sharing, of mapping, and this time of connection that we get to have each month in the Greenpill Network community call. Thanks everybody for taking the time to drop in. Great to be here and looking forward to the rest of the call. Thanks, Afa.
Thank you, Eve. That was great. Okay. Give it a little moment to breathe and then get into things. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, once again, thanks, Eve. That was wonderful as always. So let's get into the call. And welcome anybody who joined while we're in that session. Looking forward to hearing anything you have to share. So some network updates. Where does the network stand? So there's a couple things going on within the ecosystem. This probably just captures just the tip of the iceberg, but definitely things that are really relevant within the Greenpill orbit. So the first thing I will share is Artizen Season 6. And there's many Greenpill projects that are in the round. And I think the best way to showcase and share is the Greenpill Fund we have for regenerative gatherings. That's just been doing a great job curating. And in this fund, we have different people who are aligned with Greenpill, as well as chapters and initiatives that are within the network that are all able to raise funds within this fund. And Artizen's gone through a few changes over the past couple weeks. So now every week they're doing a fund drive before the season closes. There's about, I think, 2 or 3 more weeks left as I think the first or second week of July. And how it's working is that projects and both funds are basically competing to drive donations, which are buying artifacts, and also boost, which is points that I believe Renee is giving to everyone in the platform to basically kind of upvote, show your support for the funds and the projects that you care about. And right now, we're actually doing really well within the funding contest. And we're currently at number 1. And not too sure on all the numbers because I think things could shift around, and but if we are able to be in the top 3, we'll get a prize. Even if we're not in the top 3, you still are able to earn. You can see currently what the other funds are earning. So any support that you could provide, whether it's donating or boosting, greatly helps to then bring more matching funds to then distribute to all the Greenpill initiatives that we're supporting. So I'll drop a link for anybody who would like to explore. And also I encourage you to look at some of the other projects. Artizen's is very creative based. So it's a lot of art related projects, cultural related projects that you could find that really resonate with things you care about. And let's see. Next up, we have the Octant Epoch 12. So the Dev Guild, I just presented, had 5 minutes to present, went by super fast. And we've been fortunate to be, this is, I believe, our 3rd epoch we're participating in with Octant. And yeah, it's similar to how it's been in the past. It's QF based, but there are a couple new wrinkles where they now accept direct ETH donations, so you don't have to have GLM locked to donate. And then also they have a somewhat new kind of revamped QF mechanism that they're using for the round. So this round is a lot of a continuation from projects that were in Epoch 10. And so it's a diverse set of projects from SheFi, Open Source Observer, Daphne, Crypto really the whole ecosystem from people doing podcasts to people building, protocols. So if you have any ETH or some GLM lock, definitely encourage you to go support the projects you love and care about. And of course, we have our project here if you want to see what we're doing and what we're working on. Yeah. And then another update is Greenpill IP is in transition. So I'm not sure if, I think Awaki was on maybe one of last call or past where basically he's looking to transition IP, which is mainly like the podcast and some of like trademark elements into a container that could be stewarded by the network going forward. Currently, Regen Foundation, I know it says Regen Commons here, but that was kind of the initial thoughts. And that still might come into play, but right now it's looking like Regen Foundation, which has the legal structure to hold IP, will be where the Greenpill podcast and the things that Walkie holds transitions to. And we're in discussions for like what the stewardship of those resources look like going forward. So stay tuned for updates there. And yeah, pretty exciting to have the network be able to steward the assets going forward. And then speaking of Regen Commons, for a few people that I know on this call, we've been doing the onboarding cohort for the past few weeks. We finished our last session last week, and this week we're now as stewards, kind of synthesizing, composting all the things that we've done over the past 2 quarters into what are the next steps and a transition into a new form of stewardship. And now that we have members onboarded, giving more members a stronger voice and a way to participate and help grow the commons. So stay tuned for updates there. We'll be doing a community call next week. So look out for an invite in the email, and we'll also share on Telegram. And lastly is Regen Coordination, which there's a couple things going on there. Main thing I'd say that's really starting to take shape is the toolkit work that Hino, Matt, Louise, Coy, Mercurial, make sure I'm not missing anybody, Durgadas, have been meeting every couple weeks to basically build I want to call it an encyclopedia. And I'd love, Matt, for you to share, any words on the work you've been doing with the toolkit. So yeah, we'd love to pass it to you if you want to share anything.
Thanks. Yeah, it's wild. It's been a couple months, more than a couple months at this point, of really just like trying to kind of synthesize and cook in a lot of the different stuff that's been happening around the space. It's very driven by Durgadas's CSIS, the coordination suite. And then it's the original inspiration really was just like Regen Coordination Toolkit, and then the Super Benefit DAO resources and docs. So it's been a lot of iterating feedback. We're kind of in the middle of like this final iteration feedback cycle. So there's going to be a hub post probably, I'm hoping within the next week. But yeah, we have a doc. It's not even worth sharing right now, but it's multiple hundreds of pages. I'm gonna share a message in the chat because I'm still not great at kind of articulating all the different layers and stuff. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, and yeah, look out for the hub post. Once that's live, we'll blast it out everywhere. And yeah, I'm super excited about this. This is kind of like connected to, I remember when I first entered the space and I was like, cool, can somebody share like an aggregation of resources, like a mapping of what the ecosystem is? And and all that. And yeah, it doesn't really exist. Like to get context, you have to like live in this, and it's a lot. And then it's kind of grown into like actual like deployment layer for an organization that's really trying to kind of do a specific thing. So yeah, there's a lot going on. Again, I'll share a little bit more details in the chat here, but yeah, it's pretty exciting. We shall see.
Yeah, definitely. And want to give a shout out to all the work you've done in particular. I think you really put in a lot of time and effort, and it definitely shows. I like this, and like you said, like it's like this is actually you're building it for AI, not for humans, in a lot of ways. Yeah, I'm looking forward to using it and integrating in the website going forward.
I just I was kind of fiddling around with GPT to try and be like, can you just give me like some bullets to do this? Here, there's the doc if somebody wants to take a look-see at it. From the problems, theory of change, and outputs and outcomes tab down is kind of like the new stuff that needs to be cooked in for this next iteration. So it's like the previous master doc and then just dumping new stuff because it's just so heavy. There's just so much going on. I'm kind of having a hard time like iterating without losing. And so yeah, if anybody really is curious, take a look at that. And then I'm just going to copy paste the GPT kind of shorter explanation because yeah, this doc is really not meant for like a human necessarily to be like, oh, what is this? And like, yeah, the next iteration, a lot of new stuff is being kind of cooked into it. So it's going to change pretty drastically too. I think that one of the single docs that would be the most interesting to read is the updated problems, theory of change type stuff. But yeah, a much better explanation is coming in the hub soon enough. But thanks for that.
Yeah, check it out. Nice. And then another thing within Regen Coordination, for the past kind of stopped and took a pause on the polls, but for about a month or two, we're sending polls every week, gathering sentiment around how people are feeling around different things around funding, impact reporting, playbooks, just general support, and just how people are feeling in general. And the last poll that was shared was around like what should we cook, like what workshop or kind of space should we create where we could come together, bring the ingredients, bring some things to compost, and make something new. I don't want to say even fully new, kind of refine and kind of use recipes but cook together. So that's still actively being developed. I think right now I'm kind of giving it the space to breathe so that we could synthesize in a proper manner what people have shared and what kind of where people are aligning. From the poll, if I can find it, people were centering around theory of change, how to turn grow local economies when you receive funding, and a few other things. So very excited over the next few weeks to bring this more into fruition. And I know Trisha, for example, responded on this thread, and a few others. I was able to have a great conversation with Daniel, who's built the IEF.wiki, which is a whole glossary of impact methodologies, and a few others have shared as well. So looking forward. Yeah, I think Trisha's like this. There's some rotting produce that's in this fridge, so that love it. So yeah, so that's an update there. And I want to make sure don't miss showing the website, the Regen Common website. I know we just talked about it, but definitely check this out. I think it's a nice place to get a sense of Regen Commons and also see some of the contributions and seeds people have planted. So I think we'll find it. Where's it at? No, that's the. Okay, so here, if you want to add a seed, you could do it here. So you could just write something. It's just like a short message. And then you could explore the commons, you can see what's currently being indexed in the contribution protocol. And there'll be a lot more updates, like I was saying earlier, as we kind of transition into the next phase. Definitely check it out in your free time. Okay, so those are all the network updates. And now it's going to be a fun activity. Honestly, I'm a little bit nervous because though I have tested this out a lot over the past couple of days, I hope it works live and as people are using it. So we're going to be going to the Greenpill Network website. I'll go there in a sec to show what it looks like. And we're going to be doing a mapping activity. And I think probably, let me just show the website first and then I can come back here. It looks like one person added a node already, so that's cool. Oh, we got 2. Okay, so it is, looks like it's working. So basically, we've been revamping the website for the past month or so, and last month, was able to get a whole new build. Like we have, some new pages, a library, stories, and garden. And we did a workshop a couple months ago where we were like trying to, kind of on the line, okay, what should we update on the website? What do people like? And the map was one of the most loved artifacts. Even like the previous version was just purely static, and you could hover and get some links. So in this iteration, I really focus on taking the map to its next phase and enabling it to be more of a living, breathing thing where you're able to put your node on a map, make connections, and see how you connect with others. So going back to the step for this, so definitely everybody, if you can, come to the website, and I'll drop a link as well. So what we're gonna do is you go to find your people, you click on that button, and I'll showcase it, and then you add your themes, a tagline, some social links, and then you watch to see who you connect with. It's pretty simple. So the flow is like this. Actually, I have to even think myself what I'm gonna pick, but just to do a quick example, you can pick up the 4, and then you continue, and then you provide some details, a little tagline, where you're at. You can either type it in or place yourself on the map. Which I'm not sure if that's working. So, okay, maybe type in right now. So it looks like got some bugs. So I'll say Loma Linda. I can see you guys can see my email. That's fine. And once you do that, you're able to basically then place yourself on the map. So hopefully it works for people. I also trying to make it mobile friendly. So we shall see how it goes. But yeah, we're gonna spend the next 5-10 minutes. There's people adding their nodes to the map, and then we'll see the connections that people have made, and people could share any connections that they're really excited about. And if you run into issues, let me know. We could always try to do this again on our next monthly call, so it's something that we can continue to iterate upon. So I'm actually adding my node right now. So.
Awful, we can't see your screen anymore. Got a question. I'm generally a little remiss adding my email to websites. Is that going to be displayed, or how are you going to use the email?
Oh yeah, no, email's not displayed. It's just to enable you to manage your node going forward. Okay. If you ever want to edit. But yeah, it's not displayed on the website.
So in order to manage, I get an OTP or something like that, or?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the reason I'm not sharing the website is because I'm adding my node. So I can go back to it once I figure out what I'm going to pick. So I see nodes appearing. I'm not seeing the connections show yet. Not sure if people just don't have connections. So actually, I'll add my node later. I'll more so be showing the map as people add nodes. So you're able to filter if you just want to see chapters and get a sense of what they're doing. You could click here and then you can visit their page. And there'll be more details in these cards as chapters update and put their kind of tags for the different things, the different themes they're focused on. You can zoom in If you want to kind of see, ooh, we got some connections, love it. Here we go. So you're able to zoom in and let's say, like GUI, you can see, okay, GUI connects to, oh, okay, what's going on? So see if I zoom out. Oh, who's over here? Who Amiel. um, so we'll figure out like how you got off in the, I guess, kind of Japanish area. Like I said, this is the first time it's going live, so I'm expecting some bugs. Cool, so you can see some connections here. Local events. And then if you want to have a list, so there's a list version here, so you can scroll and look at nodes as they get added. And also shows the bioregion. Definitely some things to polish, and it's kind of a lot to still blocking the screen as I'm looking at things. But I'm happy that seeing connections show up. You also could, if you want to filter by different things people have put, so you're like, okay, I just want to see. Kind of more of a minus thing right now than it is additive. But I definitely could even add like a reset button there so people could easily reset. If you want to filter by stewards, which stewards are a little bit tricky because I need to map it to email, so something's still actively being worked on. So everybody right now is going to show up as a member. See a manual. Port to court. Okay, so this is meant to be Nigeria, but it's placing you in the ocean. So yeah, we'll give a couple more people to see Kaz, to see you added your node. Meta Fortune.
I did, but I couldn't find a way to add links to other people. How do I do that?
Say that again?
How do I connect to other people?
It's just based on the themes you select.
Oh, okay.
So if you share a theme with somebody, it'll create a connection with them.
Okay. And how does one become a steward?
On the back end, it's meant to do a mapping to like your steward email. Looks like it's not. Well, I guess maybe the emails I might have aren't the ones that people are using, or there could also be a bug. But that's something that, because right now it's live mode, but there will be like the mode where it's not live and people add nodes and like they get approved and stuff. For more like be able to curate it, because if we leave it live, like we could get spammed attack and the map could go crazy. So yeah, I think that's something that I'm still thinking about. What's the best way to do that? I was thinking email initially, but there might be a better way. Maybe like a code or something you could enter that only stewards know. In the edge of flat Earth, yeah, for you flat earthers here, if you. So yeah, anybody having issues adding a node, would love to get feedback and improve this. Definitely, we'll polish it over. Yeah, we'll continue to polish it and make it very optimized. Hopefully, you're enjoying it so far. And while that's also, might as well also show the website. So that map is live. But on the website, you're able to see stories from network. These are a lot of these are extracted from the hub or paragraph. And going forward, stewards will be able to post stories and stuff, which is really nice to give us a place where people who are blogging or want to have like a blog don't have to rely on paragraph. You could use the website, and you can check here the Greenpill Commons, our library of knowledge from the books to the podcast, to the Dev Guild, Writers Guild, Regen Toolkit, which I'm not sure what this link's open up. Okay, so this takes you there, but that eventually will lead to some of the stuff that Matt's cooking. To see some of the people we, one partner with and also align with, who've done like either podcast seasons or have been pivotal in providing financial support or relationship building, from Regen Coordination, Gitcoin, Network Nations, Hypersource, etc. Probably definitely more we could add to that list. And then kind of you can see how you could onboard and get into the flow of things. So if you click this, it should take you to the garden page. Okay, actually, no, it took me to Telegram. Oh yeah, here we go. And here you could enter your email, open the Telegram, do a region assessment. Still need to polish some things, but it's pretty functional. And you have the chapter pages. I'm not sure if any chapters have updated. If you did, would love to pass it to the chapters to show updates. So yeah, that's the website. Oh, snaps. Okay, we got more connections forming. So who's all the way over here? Who's this? Swift. Okay, so all right. So I guess the first bug is well, Swift connects to a lot of people. Nice. So yeah, we'll get that sorted. Is this one steward I see? Who's the steward? Wait, let's see. Wait, let me zoom in here. So was it able to? Oh, that's the manual. Okay. The tough part is going to be having to deal with people clustered up together. So yeah, right now looks like that's a tough thing to click. So yeah, I won't keep us on this too long. We got 20 more minutes left. Like I said, feel free to keep adding, and then I will polish this over the next week, and we could do more of these sessions during our steward calls, and then even the next monthly call, we could do another session where people could add their notes. It could be a little short activity we do during each call for like 5 to 10 minutes. All right, let me go back to the slides, because now it's time to claim your POAP. So there should be a link already pinned. If you look at the pin message, there's a link, so you could just go to the website. And if you do have your phone and you have the POAP app, you could scan this. Oh, this actually opens the website as well. But if you do have the POAP app, you could enter the secret, which is Greenpill-connections. Greenpill-connections. So make sure you go claim that right now. Thanks, Matt, as always, for doing the art. And yeah, while people are claiming that, now I want to bring it to an open space for chapters on share updates, open discussion. So, what are you building? You can share a project, a release, a small moment of progress that you made within either the larger network or your chapter or initiative you're working on. Where do you need support? Name places where there's gaps in funding, having tooling, etc. And if you're looking to start something new, you're looking to maybe start a chapter, this is an open invitation to do that. So I'll stop talking and we'll open up the floor if anybody wants to share. I know there's some updates people have, so Trisha, there you go.
Thanks. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't able to change my name on here. So the Regenerosa Collective is Trisha, but not. But anyway, I am Trisha. Thanks, Alpo. I put Los Higuerones or local co-op on the OSA as a node, even though we're not like a chapter or anything. So assuming that's okay. But right now, we're doing a project where we're moving the co-op from a single ownership into what we're hoping to develop into a commons process. And we basically have like everything kind of set up here, but what we don't have is any technical knowledge about how to translate what we're doing like locally into the, whatever tech stack that we either currently use or that we're needing to develop for ourselves. So what we really need is not so much like mentorship, but we need accompaniment from, people who are technical, like Greenpill or Refi type of people. And then another thing that I wanted to check in on is because I wanted to submit that recommenting process as well into the Greenpill fund for Artizen, because we're currently in the fund right now with agroforestry DAO, so that's another one to support. But I'm wondering if it's too late, or if groups and projects are allowed to apply to different funds throughout the time period, or if there's a period before that either the funds or Artizen itself cuts off for new projects to be able to get in.
Yeah, so definitely could help answer that. So on the first thing you mentioned, yeah, would love to support with with the tooling you need. I know we had like a little one-on-one. We talked about that a couple weeks ago, so definitely want to keep jamming on that with you. When it comes to Artisans, I believe you could submit all the way up to the end of the season. So we'd love for you to apply for our fund. Definitely will prove you. Definitely a Greenpill line and a Greenpill friend. And yeah, so yeah, just go ahead and submit it. Let me know if you have any issues. And then Swift will be able to approve it and also support you there as well.
Thanks so much. Awesome. Appreciate you.
Cool. Anybody else would like to share? We got a couple new faces and people I've been meeting. Magdalena, great to have you here. Who else? I think Iliana or Liana. Okay, my eyesight's so bad. Liana, welcome. I don't know if you've been on a call before. Klaus. I think Steven's been here before. If it's the same Steven, I think it's the same Steven. But yeah, anybody else want to share? Especially our chapter stewards. What are you guys working on? Don't be shy. This is your time to shine. So please share. Even if it's more of a question, you need support or anything. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll give a quick little overview of what we're doing the last week or so, last couple of weeks. We've been joining a couple of new networks in Toronto. One is Purpose Economy Coffee at the Center for Social Innovation here, which plays nicely together with the Sarafa network call that was had yesterday with Will Roddick. We're building a tool for it's a front end for Sarafa network to do local economies in Toronto using a token that's kind of unique. It's tied, the value is tied to the price of transit, which is way more stable than our dollars up here in Canada. The Canadian dollar is not very stable, just like the US dollar is in free fall. But the price of transit, when it's currently $3.30, and when it first came out, it was 6 cents was the first token that was sold. So the price of that is way more stable. So we're using that for our local regenerative economy, building it just as a front end for the Sarafa network. So that's kind of exciting. If anyone wants to help out building front end for Sarafa, that'd be real cool. If you want to help out, just hit me up. The other one that we're just going now, I'm gonna paste a link here, I think. we're building Smart Trust. So Toronto Greenpill is a network of builders. So we do well with technical capability, but not so much on, as you were talking about before, building a community. We're not teaching people. We're assuming that you know about blockchain and that you're a builder. So we're building Smart Trust. That's the one that's going on live right now. It's a way for freelancers to trust that they will get money. So if you want to test it out, it's on Solana right now. Testnet Smart Trust with me. That's about to go live on mainnet in this week or next week. So if you find any bugs in there, then please let me know. So that's something that we're building. And Crypto Week is coming up in Toronto in 3 weeks or so, and we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with that. So that's our next goal here, to do Crypto Week in July. Everyone's coming here for a conference, and we want to do either an event, or we want to be panelists talking about Greenpill and talking about refi.
Nice. Is that the same conference that you did a couple years ago or last year?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Blockchain futurist.
Awesome.
Hey, Alpha, I would like to share something that we are building here. If
Yeah.
you-
Go for it.
may I share screen quick?
Yeah. Take over.
Okay. So we are building now a system. We work with a voucher pool in Sarafu, and I'm starting to build like a framework to ourselves to handle with our needs in the crypto space. So first things I built two functions here. We named the system Capsula because it will encapsulate all the needs from our community here on Brazil chapter. And we only have two functions at the moment, but it's some ongoing project. So we have some useful links for our community, the gathering time, and the calendar link to Luma. And we have like this claim section where we distribute our governance token based on the presence in the meetings. And also now we have this utility swap function, because we have our GPBRV, our unit value token for the vouchers. I have quite a few here. And with these functions, we can exchange the GPBRV to Mento dollar and withdraw it through the MiniPay through a PIX transaction here on our banking system. So yeah, this is something that we are building now, and I wanted to share, and starting to build a economic system around our vouchers.
Nice. Yeah. I know you've been working hard on that, so that's good for you to share. And love the simplicity, minimal, simple.
Yeah, I want to get everything working first, and then I start to think in designing and some art to include there.
Yes. Cool. We got 10 more minutes, so definitely have a few more people share. And yeah. And like yeah, if you want to share your screen, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, cool.
Hi, everyone. I'm Coy from Brazil, for those who don't know me. I have been working on the network and in the Greenpill Brazil chapter. I'm glad that Guy is here to showcase Capsule. This was a proposal this was a prototype first. We were starting as a wallet, an Android wallet, which is still exists and can help a lot of users to kind of plug into our system pretty quick. But we noticed that the main value for us is this capacity to kind of aggregate everything in the same place and having our own contracts. So the web app, it's kind of where the capsule is going now, I would say. So way more things to come, I guess, from our conversations. But I think there is a lot of synergy with the work Cass is doing. I think would be great to connect Cass to talk about this front end you're building. I have been talking to Will and Odd. I have some calls with them. Would be nice to have you there too. So yeah, let's connect to make this happen. I think there is something cool that we can do with Capsule and what we are envisioning for our voucher system and the front end, this new front end. Maybe we can already bring some insights. Another thing that I want to share is that we are finishing Greenpill Brazil Commons program. This was kind of a cultural activation program. The capsule development it is part of this program. So we did a big program with sub-programs, with 5 sub-programs. We have Regen Rio de Janeiro, which is happening right now. There is focusing on the Regen Rio area, in Rio de Janeiro area. But we have Agroforest DAO, who were using Sarafu also to kind of prototype his system, but he decided to step back and just focus on a more simplistic flow, like with safes and teaching the locals to use safe wallets, which is pretty interesting too. So we are also documenting this. There is also Aro, which is a kind of a residency, a designer and makers residency that will happen in Fabulosa Lab in Rio de Janeiro. This will be a ERL event, and they will work on new prototypes and basically biomimetics on the topics and biomimetics topics, basically. And besides that, we have Agroecology Commons, which is kind of a prototype of a game that works with different footprints of impact footprints, waste, carbon, and yeah. And this goes like as a survey for people's consumptions and the products they use and things like that. It's pretty interesting. So it is also a prototype that we are helping organization here in Brazil to launch. And the last sub-program, it was the Energizer program, which before we were considering as the hub programs. We were expecting to kind of create local hubs with a little support from our side, but this was a bad decision. If you follow this discussion, this was kind of a mistake in our side, because since we created like an incentive in a top-down manner, like we were expecting to have the hubs, so we were kind of funding the hub formation. People they started to compete. Who is the stewards? We were expecting them to have election or do a poll or things like that, but this didn't happen. They started to compete and which one do most impact and things like that. So in a call, I think some people here that are from Brazil, they were on this call too. We decided to move. Instead of focusing on the hubs, let's focusing on the people who are in the calls and in the hyper local sense. And the hubs, they will emerge from these clusters later. This was our assumption. So this is the hypothesis we are kind of working now, that focusing in the hyper local hubs, which would be kind of the projects itself, like and the community they have. So we have an example here. Klaus, it's working with a community in São Paulo. He's in a specific place where they have kind of a machinery that was not being used. So he decided to start using it and connect with the network. So he brought some cocoa beans from Bahia. He did like he made like chocolate bars and distributed to the network. Yeah, during the Energizer program, this was kind of what his experimentation in the program. So this is kind of how it's working now. He has his pool, which is hyper local. It's for São Paulo, but yeah, after this, we hope to have like more pools in São Paulo, and this can become like a hub where they can also have maybe a bioregional token or something like that. I want to point this because it was a big shift from what we were doing with Regen Rio de Janeiro, which started already with a grant program, like with some funding being distributed to projects there. So there is a difference between how Regen Rio was formed and how these new hubs are being are emerging. Kind of, I think it's an important. There is yeah, this is relevant to share. So yeah, this is the update we have. We are in the last month, so we enter in a celebration mode right now. We are kind of doing reflections and collecting signals and looking to things that could have been better. We could have done better. We are using gardens a lot, so we have a lot of pools on gardens. We have a pool just for capsule for people to drop ideas of things we should have there. And yeah, this is kind of our how we are closing up. So right now we expect to have a celebration at the end of the month, and we kind of distribute an NFT for each one of the energizers who are more active. Kind of, we are calling them champions, bioregional champions for the season. So every season we hope to have this celebration, this ritual to close. So yeah, that's kind of how it's working. And I definitely have more to say, but I think I overextended already. Thanks for your attention.
Nice. Yeah, we have a couple minutes, 1 minute left. But we could go a little bit over if anybody else wants to share. And we could do one more person sharing. Hey, what's up, Vidverde? I'm not sure who's behind their account, but welcome. Okay, and I don't want to put Admin on the spot or anything. To share things around Tech and Sun, but yeah, I think that's everybody. If nobody else wants to present, we are at the hour. I'll share the poll up once again for anybody who joined later. If you want to clean the poll up, Matt, you got something?
Yeah, I'll give a quick one. Sorry, I was running around watering some plants. It's like 90 degrees here. I just made it back inside. Yeah, Greenpill, New York City, we officially deployed our Octant Vault.
Oh yeah.
All 100 we're definitely not hitting it quite as hard as Greenpill Brazil and some of the other chapters, but yeah, we have 100% of the funds that we raised in the previous GG rounds. And yeah, it's just all being kind of thrown into Wrapped ETH, and the yield is being distributed to Decentral Park, which is kind of a sister org, and it's to directly support their work with mutual aid organizations. So it's stuff like automated translation, threat assessment, mutual aid distribution tooling, and self-banking guides. So yeah, the tortoise and the hare, I guess, we're kind of just plug along, but yeah, I'm excited for this to just keep yielding forever. So it's an exciting one.
Yeah, and actually, I think I just shared a link because I'm working on the the UI to enable anybody to like donate into the vault. So you can actually see it right here. I do think if you click the link, it won't work because you have to be logged in yourself, and it's not fully live yet. But yeah, it's been nice to work on this, and hopefully it helps to make people depositing to the vaults very accessible. So
Hell yeah. And then the other one is a fantasy football league with EV Mavericks, just our Ethereum subreddit. And just like 12.5% of the pot each year goes to the community treasury into an Octant vault forever, with the yield being distributed to Protocol Guild.
yes, and something that it's more of like a little teaser is right. We're super Web3 savvy, and all of us are on blockchain. So like you can donate via wallet or endow. I guess is the right verb. But also I'm working on implementing card donations. So that'll enable people to use their credit or debit card to support. And then get a wallet on the back end they could use to still recover and manage, kind of like a receipt. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Matt. It's nice to be able to share. Cool. So yeah, go ahead and claim your POAP. This has been a great call. Love everybody sharing and joining. We had a couple new faces. Encourage everybody to go to the website, add your note to the map, and yeah, we could continue to grow these connections. And you could even check in on it every week or so, or every few days, and see okay, now connect with this person, see their social link, and try to connect with them even further. Yeah, the recording will be live on YouTube, thanks to the work of Nansel. And you could visit our Greenpill Network website. You could visit the Twitter account. Our YouTube has a lot of workshops and live streams we've done. And looking forward to that growing as the podcast kind of gets fused into it. And then join us on Telegram. So yeah, thanks everybody. This has been great. All right, signing off. I'll see you guys in future calls.
Thank you, Afro.
Bye-bye. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Valeu,
Bye-bye.
Afro.
Bye, guys.